Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a principle that is so fundamental, it literally shapes every single thing you experience. Seriously, if you've ever felt stuck in a rut, what we're about to unpack could be the very key to breaking free for good.
I mean, it's a feeling so many of us know, right? You feel trapped by your circumstances, and you're watching the same old problems pop up again and again, no matter what you try to do differently. It's incredibly frustrating.
You hear these things all the time. Maybe you even say them. It's the soundtrack to a life that feels like it's happening to you. But what if these aren't just random, unlucky events? What if they're actually messages, reflections of something going on deep inside?
And of course, that's the natural question to ask. We start looking for causes out there, right? We try to fix our job, fix our partner, fix our bank account. But the wisdom we're digging into today, well, it suggests a pretty radical shift. It says the problem, and more importantly, the solution, isn't out there at all. It's in here. So this brings us to a really profound concept that you see echoed through countless spiritual and wisdom traditions. It's often called the mirror principle. And once you get it, it can completely change how you see, well, everything.
The idea is actually pretty simple, but it is incredibly profound. It's saying that everything you experience on the outside, your relationships, your money situation, your health, all of it, is a direct one-to-one reflection of your own internal state of being.
And listen, this is not some new age idea. This is ancient wisdom. It's a cornerstone of Hermetic philosophy, which is all about the relationship between our minds and the universe. The principle of correspondence teaches that there's this perfect harmony between our inner and outer worlds. They are fundamentally connected, like two sides of the same coin, constantly mirroring each other. Okay, but how does this mirror actually work? Like, what is it reflecting back to us with such crazy precision? Let's break down the mechanics here. So here's the thing. The mirror of reality isn't judging you. It's completely impartial. Think of it more like a faithful, loyal servant. It just takes whatever messages you send it, your deepest core beliefs about yourself, and it projects them back to you as your reality. It literally gives you more evidence for what you already believe is true. And this is exactly how we get trapped in that loop we talked about. So step 1, we look at our circumstances, the stack of bills, the tough job. Step 2, we react with our old programmed patterns of frustration or fear or lack. And that reaction, that becomes the new image we're holding up to the mirror. So of course, the mirror reflects it back, and the cycle just keeps going. It becomes this addictive loop of dissatisfaction. So this brings us to a really fundamental choice. Are you going to be a reactor, basically a puppet whose inner feelings are just dictated by whatever is happening outside? Or are you going to be a creator, an architect who consciously chooses their inner state first in order to shape the outside world? This isn't really about changing what you do. It's all about changing who you are being.
And this right here leads us to the most crucial shift in perspective of all. You know, so many of us spend our entire lives trying to polish the mirror. We're trying to fix the world outside of us. But trying to change the reflection without changing yourself, well, it's just never going to work.
This quote from the mystic Neville Goddard just cuts right to the heart of it. I mean, think about it. You would never try to fix your hair by cleaning the mirror, right? No, you change yourself, and the reflection has no choice but to change instantly. The real work is never out there. It's all about altering the internal image, your own concept of who you are.
Okay, so if all the work is internal, how do we actually change our face?
Well, the great news is that these wisdom traditions offer a really powerful toolkit for doing exactly this kind of inner work. And these aren't just abstract theories, they are actual concrete practices. For instance, assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled means you feel the emotions of your desire as if it's already here, which literally reprograms your inner state. Or somatic healing is about tuning into your physical body to release old emotions and patterns you might be storing. You see the pattern here? The core principle behind all of these is to pull your attention away from the outside world and focus it inward, to take back control of the image you're projecting onto that mirror.
This is exactly why your imagination is your superpower. It is not just for idle daydreaming. It is the primary creative instrument that you have. It is the workshop where you design the reality you actually want to experience. It's the means by which you become the architect of your own life.
When you truly commit to this inner work, something pretty remarkable starts to happen. The outer world, the mirror, it begins to shift. It starts to rearrange itself to match your new internal blueprint. It has to. And that's what it means to take radical responsibility.
It means you've got to move beyond blame, beyond pointing at circumstances, and just accept that your state of consciousness is the ultimate cause of your experience. No ifs, ands, or buts. This is the moment you stop being a spectator and you step onto the stage of your own life.
Just let that sink in for a second. This isn't just about positive thinking. This is about a fundamental law of being. Your own consciousness, your core sense of self, is the one and only reality. And your concept of yourself is the tool you use to shape that reality. So if you change that concept, the world must, by its very nature, follow suit.
And that's really the final takeaway here. The power was never out there in changing the reflection. The power is and always has been in changing the self who casts that reflection. So the real question for you is no longer what's going to happen to me, but what reality will I choose to create?